Here, it's the incomparable Roy Jones.
And up against them, it's Antonio Tarver. Of course, you remember him for what he did to Roy Jones Jr. He is the former multi-time light heavyweight champion of the world.
This bout is scheduled for...
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Do you believe what we're seeing? He threw a punch and just got countered. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this. Hold that thought! Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Those fighters landing in these exchanges, judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That hook doesn't score. And he just missed with that left jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Focus on what you do.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
That counterpunch caught him clean. Swing and a miss with the jab. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell, some...
And there's the bell to start round 3. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punch. Do you believe what we are seeing? Failing to score with that right hook. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A perfect counter shot. No rest for the weary. Look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, four,
Tarver in some serious trouble. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, this fighter has been down twice. They've got to up their game here, or this fight is going to be over.
They believe.
Back at it in round 4. He's got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'd be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Nice counter shot. That counter shot lands. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
They blocked the left there. Do you believe this? Catch and shoot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to fight it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Come on, we'll let him back into the fight.
Time for the 5th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Hey, those punches add up. These two were made for each other. There's a counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
A straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complete.
This is the beginning of round 6. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice slip to avoid the jab. It's all offense all the time. Walk away from each other and then run right back in. Hold it right there. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to...
This fight's not over yet.
Round 7, here we go. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Good. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
I've got to see that.
1,
says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Blocks the straight left. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, if this trainer has a pep talk, now's the time to use it as they were dropped.
Take a round off and win the round on the drop.
Round 8, and we're off again. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Good counter punching. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice job to block that uppercut. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, that one caught Tarver clean, and he might go down. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now...
Whoa, Johnny. Tarver in some serious trouble. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a start.